Hey, what is up, everybody? In today's video, we are chasing the often misunderstood and very interesting buffalo fish. So just got here. It's about 30 degrees, 8:30 a.m. Last couple weeks I have been catching these fish occasionally on artificials, and I have been feeling them tag my bait as well as pinging my jig heads off of them. So they have been here. Are they still here? I don't know. I brought some gear to catch them. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get these rods set up. I'll show y'all what we're working with today. So I did bring 2 rods. Unfortunately, I only brought 1 rod holder. I think one fell out of my bag along the walk here. Happens, my fault. But we may have to improvise. However, I brought some of my favorite vegetable, some corn. Brought some bread as well. I'm thinking this might be the way. I did a little bit of research. I've only actually caught these fish as bycatches while working artificial bait. I've caught them on small tubes. I caught them on a 7/8 ounce jigging spoon, a crankbait, and I've caught them on paddle tails a couple of times. So I will link some of those videos in the description if you are curious and want to see them caught on artificials. A little bit of ice down here. I'm gonna set this bad boy up. That should hold. Well, maybe we will start out with the corn. I might throw the bread one out there and just kind of pay attention to it, hope the fish hooks itself. I am running a standard Carolina rig with a 1 ounce sinker on there. All right, and while we're doing that, we're going to be doing a bit of bass fishing, or really any species willing to bite. I think it's pretty unlikely we're going to catch any bass right now, but you never know. Okay, so we have lost our corn. I'm gonna have to be quicker than that. We're gonna give this bread a shot. The corn is getting hit by something. However, we've been unsuccessful at actually landing whatever is hitting it. All right, guys, so apparently I wasn't recording. I had lost my bread. I dropped my bait caster with my swim bait in the water. Went to re-put on our bread, and it looks like a giant gar has taken our paddle tail. So, let's see if we can land her. Turned out to be a pretty productive day. I guess it's not that giant. All right. How about that? Good size one too. Let's get her out. Well, everybody, certainly not what we were targeting today, but a buffalo or something stole my bread. I went to re-bread it. I had my line out already when I tried to set the hook, and and then notice my rod getting pulled into the water. It turns out we have a very nice gar on. So look at the size of that. Must have followed my paddle tail down to the bottom, and ate it up, and managed to hook himself. Excellent, guys. All right. Thanks for being part of the show now. Or something. Another gar, or is this a bass? Oh, it's a bass. No. Oh my goodness. Should look at that. Clean it off, bud. So he sucked up our paddle tail. I believe this is a Redhorse. Now, I've almost landed one before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. This isn't a fish that I've caught a lot, and they aren't extremely common here. Maybe this is our culprit hitting our bait, but beautiful cherry fins. I think this is a Redhorse. Maybe it's a chub. It's some sort of sucker. Took our paddle tail. That was pretty neat. So I have had one of these fish hit a dark sleeper years ago, and I didn't land it. It was bigger than this, though. I'll take a quick picture. For scientific purposes. Yeah, if you guys are I'm about to Google it. I think it is a Redhorse, but leave a comment if it's not, or if it is. I'm pretty sure it is. There she goes. Really interesting day out on the water. Now the species we're looking for, I don't know if they're out here right now. It is substantially colder than it was the day before, and honestly I'm going to come back with some better gear to do our buffalo search. Look up some recipes. The only baits I've ever caught. Shit. Outstanding. All right, we've been here an hour. I know we're getting bites. We're getting our bait stolen. I'm not able to catch these fish on the hook set. This is not looking that great right now. I do plan on putting 2 days into this, so we'll probably come out maybe tomorrow evening. It will be a bit warmer. Maybe we'll have some more luck, but we'll keep going at it for about 2 more hours and keep alternating bait. See if it works out. Regardless, I'm going to put this video out there. I did catch some pretty cool fish, so let's keep going at it. All right. I'm gonna see if our bait's been stolen. No way. Finally. That's it, guys. We got one on. Or something. Oh no. What are you? Perhaps this is our bait stealing culprit. Looks like he tagged it and then managed to hook himself. Another Redhorse, plump one. I did look him up. It is absolutely a red horse. Are you stealing all my bait out here? Beautiful fish, man. Seems like there's something wrong with him. He had like a little kind of weird bump type deal going on. All right, guys, so I've trimmed down this paddle tail to almost minnow size. Let's see if we can get them to eat this. If they're not willing to eat my corn anymore. It seems like the bite has slowed down on that. Fish. Big fish. Oh man, it's gonna tangle me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Little paddle tail for the win. Yes. How about that, man? We throw out corn for them. We throw out bread, and they munch the frickin' paddle tail. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Got him on the artificial after all this effort, and what a beautiful fish. A good one too. Oh goodness, that's a heavy fish. Please tell me, oh good, I am recording this. The smallmouth buffalo on the little paddle tail. I knew if I trimmed this down, I might have a better chance at getting him, and dang, he sucked it up and we stuck it good. I might need some pliers for this. All right. These are strong fish. That's a heavy one. That is a nice fish, guys. That is a nice fish. All right, everybody, so we threw corn on 2 different rods. We threw bread. I trimmed down the paddle tail, and he sucked it straight up. And look at the size of this buffalo. That's a pretty heavy one. I mean, that's a 10-pound plus fish. It's probably, I don't know, 12 to 15 pounds. I'm not gonna weigh her, but look at that beautiful fish. So you got those big, look at those big brown eyes, man. Absolutely gorgeous. And that mouth, that sucker mouth, got that really neat dorsal. It's like kind of like sickle type almost. You can differentiate them from the big head that way, and you got these nice scales. A really strong fish. I'm gonna get her back in the water. Man, I am stoked. I was getting pretty doubtful we were gonna be able to catch this. They kept sucking up the corn, sucking up that. Red horses were stealing it, something like that. But managed to get the smallmouth buffalo on. Now I am pretty sure this is a smallmouth buffalo because the mouth is lower. I think the big mouths have it more centered on their face, but I'm gonna get her unhooked, set her down in the water, and whew, mission accomplished. Gotcha. And off she goes. A beautiful, powerful fish. Well guys, I am beyond stoked. Things were looking pretty grim. I knew they were out there. I thought maybe trimming down that paddle tail could work, and sure enough, that was what it ate. I don't know if the red horses were stealing the corn, if that was the issue, if I just, I've used several different hooks, it just wouldn't work for me. So fortunately, we managed to get one on. I got about 45 more minutes. I'm gonna keep on throwing around this little paddle tail. Maybe it's gonna work out for us. I gotta check that other rod too. But the beautiful smallmouth buffalo, mission accomplished. I feel good. So that was absolutely wild. We tried corn, sat out here for like 2.5 hours. Getting nipped at, tried bread, 2 different rods out there, losing bait like crazy, tried a couple different hooks. Sure enough, trimmed down the paddle tail, and it strikes that. Now I don't know if that's just instinct. I'm recognizing that it's a minnow, or it's supposed to be, and therefore knowing they might have to work a little harder for it. Could be. Like I said, I've only ever caught these fish on artificial baits, on a almost like reaction type baits, like me working something. And sure enough, that's what worked. I did a ton of research on this before I set out here. Everything was saying corn, bread, dough, possibly flies. Couldn't find anything about artificial baits. I did know that I have caught them that way in the past, obviously, but sure enough, that was the way. Let's see how hard pressed I am for time. I do have a auto appointment. Okay, I got about half hour. Maybe we can get another one on using the same method. Caught some cool fish, a couple red horses. That was a new one for me. And beautiful garon. Oh my gosh. I think that was just the dirt. I'm getting overexcited now. Well, I ought to be heading out, guys. We set out trying to catch us a buffalo, and that's exactly what happened. Maybe not the way I wanted to. Well, I'm more than happy having one suck down a paddle tail. Seems to be the only bait I can catch fish on. There's not a shot. That's another one, huh? Certainly a fish. Maybe a bass. Yeah. How about that last cast? I think that means I have to take another one. Pretty little spot. Alright guys, check out that beautiful spot. I'm gonna get her back in real quick. Absolutely gorgeous. Right when I had to leave. I swear, right when I had to leave, the bite starts picking up. I'll throw one more and I'm gonna get out of here.